the stars that came here to earth, caught in their struggle through the whole universe. Robotic warriors give it their all, fight in disguise to the victors they saw. Transformers, defenders of truth, robots who fight in disguise. Transformers, when the battle is through.
Hello everyone, and welcome to John Doe 488's Reviews. And today we are going to be reviewing G1 Blaster. Yes, that's right, G1 Blaster. I've been waiting a long time to review him. I'm sorry for the dust. He's kind of a dusty. I had him in my shelf, and he kind of got a little dusty there. But yeah. But anyways, I bought him a long time ago off of eBay for 20 bucks. It included a steel jaw and it included him and steel jaw and one of steel jaw's lasers, or guns I should say. It did not include one of his Blaster's gun, unfortunately. I bought that separately from a friend of mine. But anyways, there's been many blasters. Let's go over the history of Blaster here. There's been many blasters. This one happens to be the G1. There's been reissues of him where these are gray. These are gray. When you transform him, he's got like a little. This was another issue of him where he's got a little thing going over here, a plastic part going here. I didn't like that, and everything. And there was another issue where you both get. It's called Shattered Glass. He's a different color. It's the same Blaster, different color. But what they did was they enhanced the cassette thing. The cassette thing, you can put multiple cassettes in there. Unfortunately, this one doesn't do that. The G1, when it was released, it does not do that. Also, too, pardon me with the stickers. I did not put repo labels on him. So he's got garbagey stickers, as you can see, the Autobot insignia. But these are pretty much basically the best stickers. I bought them like this, and I was really happy to buy them like this. Also, too, pardon the construction that's going on. The original Blaster was from Japan, and they brought him in from another company. I forgot exactly the name of the company, but what they did was they made him pretty much basically. They made him a working radio, and so he was a working AMF radio, and everything. So pretty much what they would do is they would have, here's his gun, and around here, not many people know this, but around here they actually put his headphones, to store his headphones in here when he was a real thing. You could tell the difference between the one that had the radio and everything. He's got a totally different back on, totally different back. And as you could see, look, if you could see these, you got, this has all been, in there and everything. But let's take a look at him now. So, here's the front. You got your speakers, which are pretty cool. A lot of the blasters that you see, this part here is missing. I don't know how they get it missing, but this is always missing. And then the door doesn't open. So yeah, let me show you the door here. when it does work. Mine did work at one point. There you go. There he goes. I don't know if you saw that. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Oh. Oh, please don't tell me that I just... There you go. Just keep it like that, I guess. And then, see, then you can... I used Buzzsaw for Soundwave. Now, Soundwave's a little bit more smaller than him. And this is what the inside of his door looks like. And everything. I gotta fix this. It's not hard to fix, either. So, but just put it... You can put any kind of cassette, Decepticon cassette, Autobot cassette, any kind of cassette in here, and then it'll just pop it in like that. There you go. Supposedly, I don't know why they did it, but they made this one here a lock on it, so this doesn't open. But supposedly, you just push down, supposedly, and this is supposed to go. It worked at home. Why didn't it work? There you go. See, there you go. It just did it again. So, and you just pop it like that. So I've seen. So that's pretty much basically it with the front here. Let's go into the back here. This is his gun. Pretty solid transformation. I mean, you can't really tell which one's arms, which one's legs. You can, except for the head. I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, you can't really, even on this side here, you can't really tell which one's the arms and the legs and everything. Here's his gun that acts like an antenna. It's a pretty cool gun. It's a nice rifle. I think I've seen him only use this gun once in the show, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and this gun here was used to save Bumblebee, I think it was, in the Return of Optimus Prime. So, you know, it's a really awesome gun. It really is. I love this gun. And so now you guys all know what this hole's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be to wrap your headphones around it. And I think the 35 millimeter port or whatever for the head jack, I think that goes in there like that. But I've seen it here where this actually acts like an antenna and it gets pegged either here, or you could probably peg it over here. But I've seen it like that. But we're going to take this off. So now, in order to transform him, and the cassette deck works either in both robot mode and pretty much basically robot mode and boombox mode. Let's get into robot mode here. He is, by the way, he's really a tall guy. Okay, so what we do is we take the handle, we push the handle this way. We push the handle to where it looks like that. Then you push this down like this, and this goes in like that. That's part of the leg. You push that in like that, and that goes part of like the leg too. And then you go like this, like that. Okay. You push the foot down, these feet down. Okay. You push this down here. You push this down here like that. And you push this down here like that. Like that. And this snaps in like that. That snaps in. Okay, let me move the camera back here a little bit more. Here. And possibly up, maybe. So you guys can get a better view of this. There you go. Better view. And he does pretty much basically stand. See, he can stand perfect. It's just me, I'm clumsy. So now here we go for, now we do the arms. You just take the arms like this, push that like in like that, push that like that. You push this in, you push that in. This comes out like this. Pulls out like that. This one pulls out like this. Pulls out like that. And then you take the fists. I don't know if you could see it through here. You take the fists and you pull the fist like that, and you push like that, and you push this little tab right here. You do the same thing like as you did this one into this one. Push the tab like that, and there goes the fist, and that actually locks in. You push the fist around, push the fist around. Now you take the head and you turn the head around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn the head around, and then you put the blaster in his gun, and there's blaster. And as like I said before, there you go. His cassette thing moves. I mean, his cassette thing works in what do you call that? In robot mode. There you go. I got it out. You can pop that back in. His legs are not very much. They don't move up and down. They do move to the side, as you saw for transformation. His arms can do a 360, as you can see. Both arms do. And like I said, pardon me and the stickers. But other than that, he's a really good bot. And his head moves 360. You can see. The thing, I love this figure. Absolutely amazing figure. Biggest gripe that I have is it does not look like Blaster from the TV show. It literally does not look like Blaster. If you look at his face. It looks weird. It looks really, really weird. But other than that, his transformer mode, his mode, his alt mode looks exactly like Blaster. I mean, it's pretty cool when you think about it. And again, I do apologize for it being so dusty. But he's my favorite. I really like him. He's amazing. Shoot Decepticons. Shoot Decepticons. And this is him next to Revenge of the Fallen Wheelie. They're almost the same height. Unfortunately, I do not have Soundwave. He's put away because mine is autographed and he's put away. So unfortunately, I do not have Soundwave. I was only able to get Buzzsaw. I cannot find my other cassettes, but he does work with other cassettes. As you've seen, he does work with Buzzsaw, who's a Decepticon. And the same thing with Soundwave. Soundwave works with, the Autobot stuff and everything else. And so I've seen many customs of Blaster. One, what they did was, which is kind of cool, they actually cut out this part here and they put a wireless, a Bluetooth wireless speaker in there, which I thought was pretty cool, and everything. So he doesn't really play music. This one don't play music, but I will say this is gonna be really cool. Here's he loves Stan Bush. So here is Ground Zero. When it does work. Hold on, let me see if I can get. There you go. And good. He's dancing. That's right. Look out and shout. Ow! Yeah.
Robotic warriors giving their all. Fight in disguise to the big distance of Ground Zero.
Ground Zero. Slobber push.
Those who've been willing to fight.
Ground Zero.
One thing they know, only the strong will survive. Ground Zero.
Okay. So. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this review of Blaster. I've been wanting for years to review him, and well, you know what? If I didn't show you how to transform him back, and so let me transform him back for you. Here we go. So you push this down like this, push this down like that. You take the thing off here like that. You push his fist. His fist can go, by the way, his fist can go 365 degrees. And then you push his fist in like that. You push that in like that. You push this like that. You push that in like that. You could take his head. You push his head down like this. And then what you do is you could take his legs. Push his legs like that. You push this like that. You push that open like, you push that like that. You push type that in. You push that in like that. Oh, wait a minute. I screwed this up. Hold on. You push that like that, and then you push this like that. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. That's why I couldn't get him transformed. And then you push this in like that. And then you push that like that. That like that. So you do the same thing like this. You do the, but you have like that. Push that in like that. You put this here. And you just swing that in there like that. And it's an option if you want. If you want, you could put this here if you want. It's an option. Or you don't have to. And the gun can become the antenna. So there we go. And that is Blaster in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed the review. And like, subscribe. Yeah. And enjoy. Another thing was, for many, many years in the Transformers the movie, I always thought Perceptor said when he was supposed to send a message to Optimus Prime, I always thought Perceptor said, "Run, you bastard, save yourself." It turned out to be, it says, "Run, Blaster, save yourself." So for many years I thought the guy's name was Bastard. I thought I'd just say that.